Friends, hello. Let's make some stuff. Did you think I was just talking just for funsies about the Agnes quilt and this Christmas fabric? Because I 100% was not just talking. I love it so much. So yes, technically we have done Agnes before, but that was like way back when. And I just love this pattern so much. It's a very quick, easy pattern. And we are for sure using the Christmassy bundle. But I'm missing my yellows. I borrowed the yellows so that I could take other pictures. So I'm going to show you these two extra bundles. And then we are going to jump into starting cutting all of this good stuff. So let's get that far. Let's get my yellows back first. So scavenging through all of my mini hoards, I found another half yard of the Sun Bunny Fresh and another half yard of this kind of spring green polka dots, both of which I've been actually out of for a while. So that's what I'm saying. I was scavenging through the hoards. But I am going to offer one more Charlie bundle because I have enough to do that. So we've got the Navy Blossoms, the Bee Stitch Soldier, the Albion Floral, Sun Bunny Fresh, Spring Green Dots, Gingham and Yellow, and then the Dainty Daisy and Honey. I love this bundle so much. And honestly, I think I was probably sitting on those ones so that I could use this bundle. But I have many of this in the stash. So this can go and I can still make it. But I have one Charlie bundle going that is up for sale in the shop right now if you're interested. And then I found another half yard cut of this navy grid. But it pairs really well with this Buds and Butterflies floral. So I thought I'd make a cute little bundle with this one. I only have one because of the navy grid is all gone. But I think that one is so cute. And it's introducing this new green. And then this may look peachy pink. I promise it's not. It's a really cute pale pink. And it goes really well with all of these. So there's my shameless plug for the shop. It is still 30% off until the 4th of December. And you guys have already picked a ton of great things. I'm hoping to clear some shelf space. So help a girl out, grab something cute. Let's start cutting some Christmas because I cannot wait to like jump into this bundle. There we go. Need that one. Remember this cutie from the video? Oh my gosh. I love you so much. Let's cut. Friends, I pulled out that pattern so I could tell you what the measurements were. I can't do that. I'm glad I caught myself. I did cut all of my strips in the color. I haven't done squares or anything yet, but I have my strips at least done. But we can cut those pretty quickly. If you do get this Christmas bundle, it comes with a half yard of the arrows in the cream. We just used this one for our Olive Grove. I think I'm going to use this one as my background because I think it gives it like a feel of like a more rustic-y Christmas instead of like a bright red and green Christmas. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm going to go for. So if you do want to do the Agnes quilt, you will need to get some more yardage of this one. But typically when I do Agnes, I do it very scrappy. And see, there's their example of Scrappy there. And I mean, it was scrappy. So I think this time I'm going to branch out for myself. I'm going to try not to show you measurements. And we are going to do this simpler 2-color version. So we've got barn red on top here. So that means barn red will be this whole entire solid color. And then barn red will be on the inside as well. So we're doing Agnes a little bit different this time. I feel like it is fighting every urge in my body to not make this scrappy, but I'm excited to try it differently. So I thought I'd catch you up on where I'm at. I'm going to cut squares. We're going to do a 2-color block. So background and whatever color is up. And I'm really excited for this. So that leaves Twinkling Ruet, which is in the bundle. I was thinking it would be cute to have like a lighter yellow in there, but I don't think I love these two together. So maybe I'll experiment with the block first, but I don't think I'm going to be sticking these two together. This is like a good accent fabric. I'm not sure if I want that as a whole block. What do you think about that? So I'm going to iron this first because that was one of the best advices that came up in our workshop. I do typically iron. I'm going to iron this, then I'm going to cut my background, and then we can actually jump into assembling one of these blocks, which is pretty exciting. How many projects can I have on one board before it gets to be enough? I'm yet to figure out that number still, I suppose. All right, back to cutting, and then we'll start building. And there we have some background pieces cut. I just cut what I could get out of the half yard. And so I will say that I got 5 middles. I've got 2 strips for these squares, and I was able to cut 1 strip for this one. So you will need some more yardage for sure. I think that was a given. We had already talked about that. For a square throw, which is 64 by 64, you'll need 2.5 yards just for the star. So just in the back of your head, that's probably what I'll be making is the 64 by 64, but I tend to go rogue and just do whatever the heck I feel like anyway. So we'll see what really happens. I vote we start with the middle and then we'll start working on points. Okay? Okay. You're really not here to give an opinion. So I'm just going to trust that you're in agreement. Let's take 4 of our big squares. Man, I have just already made a mess. How? I just got here. How have I already made such a mess? And we are going to draw diagonals on the back of these squares. Get a bigger ruler out. So I do have lines on my machine that helps me sew diagonals without having to draw them, because sometimes it's a little tedious. It's like half the battle, I feel like. But for the video, we'll just draw them. Gonna draw a diagonal on all 4 of these corners, or of these squares, and then we're gonna put these onto the corners of this big square. So we're pretty much making that diamond in a square, and we're gonna be replacing the corners of this big one here. So let's do this corner first. We can't do neighbors, but we can flip and do the opposite side because they'll be completely out of the way of each other. This one does give you a pretty big triangle for waist, but I think that is an excellent size for a half square triangle. So hear me out. I'm going to sew a line here, but I am going to measure 1/2 inch away, and I'm going to draw another line. Okay, this has nothing to do with the pattern at this point. This is just Kate's brain. Okay, I'm going to sew on this solid line corner to corner and then the line 1/2 inch away. Okay, there's the 2 lines. Stay with me here. So if we were just doing the pattern and not my weird second line, we would put our ruler, the 1/4 inch measurement, right on that seam, and then we would trim to the right, removing the excess so that we can just flip this corner up and over, replacing the corner of the background. But since we did the second seam, now we already have the 1/4 inch allowance, and we have a half square triangle. So either I'm clever or crazy or a copier because it's been done before, and I'm sure it has. So if I can sew an extra seam while they're nicely face to face, then I tend to use them a little bit better. So I'm not sure what we'll use these for. Maybe this will be a cute little border or something that we can incorporate, but there you have a half square triangle. We're going to repeat the replacing corner all the way around, and TBD on whether or not I can get full half square triangles out of all 4 corners. I'm going to confess to you, I was like, hey, you should try that. But don't test it beforehand. Just do it on the video. I am losing it. It's great. It's great. Okay, let me do these corners and I'll report back about the half square triangles. I thought I'd bring you along with me on this journey. That way you can get the real response. So in my head, the 1/2 inch is enough to get away from the red fabric that's underneath, right? Because now we're going to be overlapping with these corners. So let's see if my mental math matches actual reality. Hey! Yes! And we have like the tiniest little corner. Look at that. You could just pick it right off. So, phew! Oh my gosh. This cracks me up. I don't know why I do this to myself. Like I said, in my head, it sounded really good. And I was like, yeah, just do it in the video. You'll make it happen. I made it happen. I made myself a little anxious along the way, but it happened. I'm going to go iron these corners over, and then the center block is done. Oh my gosh, I've officially lost it. All right, there we have our center. That did not deserve so much anxiety because we can do these. But I did it to myself. That's kind of cool though, 4 half square triangles. Might as well put that waste to use, huh? Sweet. Glad it worked out. Can you imagine what a turn this would have taken if it didn't work out? You could have just been like, oh, Kate, just quit while you're ahead. All right, let's work on our rectangles. So we need 8 and 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. And I counted those 8. So we are going to be doing opposite directions on these because we want to make this point. Do you see that? So we need them going opposite directions. So I'm going to do 4 one way and then 4 the opposite way, but I am going to batch piece these because they are just begging for it. And my phone is going crazy. Can't you see I'm busy right now? Shh. I'm busy. I'm sewing stuff finally. Leave me alone. All right. I'm going to grab one of the red rectangles, right sides together. I'm going to do 4 with the angle going this direction, and then I'll repeat for that, and then we'll just rotate, and then we'll go the opposite direction, okay? Just remember that they're alternating. So let's get started on that big batch piecing. The mightiest chain piecing of all the chain piecings. Now we get to cut all these apart. Hooray! Now we get to trim all of these. And this is where you're going to get your practice eyeballing a 1/4 inch. You can for sure use your ruler and your rotary cutter. But I am just going to use my scissors because just like we did with the stitch and flip right here, we're going to stitch and flip on these corners. And like I said, I think the first 2 times I made Agnes, I used the ruler, but every time after that, I'm like, nah, I know what a 1/4 inch looks like. I'm good. And I think every Agnes I've made, I've given away. So for the record, I am keeping this one. I'm not going to get rid of it. This is going to be our Christmas quilt. Oh, I definitely could have done the same thing on those, huh? To keep the scraps. We've already had enough experimenting for one video. Maybe on the next blocks when I'm not recording myself, I'll try little baby half square triangles. They'd be cute. Probably be like an inch big. That'd be so tiny and precious. Perfect for my big old man hands to not be able to handle. Okay, I'm going to iron all of these up and over, and then we'll start assembly. There we have all of our fabric nicely ironed. We're going to scoot these bits off to the side. And let's do a quick little dry fit on this one. So here's how this one goes. Let's put our reds up. Our reds are the background. Let me get the other direction. And so they are going to sit like that. And then for these ones, they're going to sit like this, okay? And we're going to, you can't see it. How rude. Okay. 2 cream rectangles in the middle, 2 red rectangles on the outside, and we're gonna make this 4 times because that's what's gonna surround our center block here. Ready? 4 of those star points are now done. Now we can really lay this out. Sorry, I'm gonna scoot you. Wait, don't fall, don't fall. There it went. I just actually need you to see this now. That we have our star points there. Star points here. And our star points down at the bottom. And then last but not least, because this is just the 2 color, we have our 4 corners. That's gonna be really cute. Like I said, this is very hard for me because it's all one color and I want it so badly to be Scrappy. But I like this change of pace. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit out of my crazy brain zone, but I think this is gonna be gorgeous. So we're gonna grab the top piece, sew on our corners, gonna add these star points to our middle and corners to these star points, and then we have a complete block. And there we have the cutest Agnes block. I really love the 2 colorway. I think it is going to be such a good change. I'm proud of me. Look at me doing different things. Okay, well, it looks really cute in red, but what about in yellow? Huh? What do we think? I think my worries about the yellow being with the creamy background are true. But I do think when it gets in there with everything else, it's not going to look this off. Does that make sense? I'm confident in this block. It needs neighbors. Now let's try it in green. So cute. I love these ones together. They're going to be so good. How about we just get all of these up on the board right now? A nice block toss should do. Hey, hey. I like it. And I think when we get darker yellow in there too, it's going to be pretty dang nice. So here's our start. I'm pretty excited. I also think it would be pretty if I added another green. Since I have 3 reds, maybe I'll add another green. This texture green would be super cute in there as well. And this was in Vicky's. We should just call this the Vicky bundle. This was in Vicky's original bundle. I just swapped it out for that gingham, just mostly because I literally have a yard and like 6 inches left of this one. So I was afraid to make a bundle with something that I'm like running low of. And it's so low, it like won't stay on the bolt. So there's that. But I think this would be gorgeous. Yeah. Maybe it's worth swapping out this yellow gingham for this darker one. And this Dainty Daisy and the honey. What do we think? Maybe just to have like 1 or 2 thrown in there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This quilt top is young. There's plenty of time. So that is it for me today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough yet again. The Agnes never fails. I'm going to have to sleep on this yellow. I'll figure it out though. I know I will. And we will keep plugging along. So until next time, whenever that may be, we'll see you. Bye.